So I'm going to switch in English as we have some students from European universities. So we're really happy to welcome you. So I'm Hélène Lacroix. I'm Development Director of the Agrosciences, Environment, Biotechnology and Bioeconomy cluster here at the University of Reims. And we are really glad to welcome you today for this first symposium on transdisciplinary research for a healthy planet. So I would like to welcome our first Vice President of the University, Christophe Clément, for a few words and welcoming introduction. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Hélène, for this introduction. So, dear colleagues, dear friends, dear students, just a few words to begin this, to open this meeting. And it is my privilege and pleasure on behalf of the President of the University of Reims Champagne-Ardenne, Professor Guillaume Gelé, to open this first edition of the symposium dealing with the transdisciplinary research for a healthy planet. It is a real pleasure for me to be there for different reasons. The first one is that organizing this meeting, we have the feeling to come back to a normal life, since it was not possible for a few years to just imagining to organize such a meeting with colleagues from foreign countries and so on because of the COVID. And now we are it's possible again to organize this kind of meeting, so we are very happy about it. The second reason is much more personal, because the topic of the meeting deals with the environment, let's say, as a global word, and my personal career deals with the protection of plants using biocontrol technologies, meaning trying to decrease the use of pesticides and then to take care more about the environment there. It's a real pleasure for me as a first vice president, but also as a vice president for research, to be there with you today and to open this meeting. The last point, the last point of pleasure for me is that this event is hosted by the clusters dealing with agrosciences and the environment and bioeconomy. And you have to know that for our university, bioeconomy and the environment are the core of the project of the university for the next decades. And we focus most of our means on these two topics with several objectives that we would like to share with you today. The first objective is to increase the visibility and the attractivity of our university from the national territory, but also from Europe and other places around the world. The second point is to emphasize the excellence of the research and then of the education we have in our university. The third is to promote the link between the research and education with the socio-economic life, I mean industrials, but also collective bodies and all the sciences, socio-economical sciences. And the last point is to bring the whole university at the best international level and to get a worldwide recognition for best visibility and attractivity. And that's why the university was supposed to submit a project to the French investment plan for the future, and was labeled with the Exebio project, Excellence in Sustainable Bioeconomy. This project aims to support the research, education, innovation continuum. Just by creating an interdisciplinary institute, international institute for sustainable bioeconomy, which aims to be, in a few years, one of the leaders in Europe for bioeconomy and environment topics. This institute will rely on different points. The first, on different work packages. What happens over there? Okay, so this project deals with the three work packages. The first one is dedicated to excellence in research. I just explained why before. The second is to create a graduate school mainly focused on the first years about Erasmus Mundus Masters. So we are going to organize Erasmus Masters in this, in dealing with all the value chain of bioeconomy and environment, including also socio-economical and human sciences, sciences and technological sciences. And then we are very happy to welcome today also students from foreign countries. And the last point is to strengthen the innovation process and the services in the university that deals to make the connection between research in the labs and industrial preoccupation. So this is the first event today that is organized as a part of the EXEBIO project. And this event targets not only the colleagues from the university, but also the students and the whole socio-economic environment. At a time when climate change and more widely sustainable development are compelling recognition as major challenges for contemporary societies, the value of transdisciplinary research, more than ever, have a key role to play. And within this meeting, we have the honor to welcome several people who play important functions worldwide, dealing with the care of environment and climate. I would say a few words about these colleagues, and I cannot speak about everybody, but just we are very glad to welcome in our university Mr. François Gemène from the University of Liège in Belgium, and the leader author for the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change of the United Nations as guest speaker to introduce our first symposium. This first edition is under the patronage of the European Commission, and it was structured according to the European Green Deal preoccupation and following the societal challenges defined by the European Commissions. Among these, we would like to underline especially one point, which is to develop a circular economy for climate. A second point, that is zero pollution in air, soil, and water. And another one, which is artificial intelligence for a sustainable bioeconomy. I would already like to thank the speakers of these sessions who made the effort to brave the current strikes in France to carry out this event in person, because we have only one people that is connected and the rest of the population is there. And thank you very much for being present today. So we have also the pleasure to welcome Mr. Mathieu Fromentin, representing the European Commission's Directorate General on Research and Innovation, that will bring forward the European Commission politics to address ecological transition and adaptation to climate change. We also have the pleasure to welcome Alexander Hasgal from the European University Association, thank you, to be there, representing a large European network of institutions awarding doctoral degrees, and who will introduce the role of the PhD diploma in the research in the whole Europe, which is a key point of our policy also in our university. So this event is also the opportunity to welcome master and PhD students from European universities partners as the network of twin towns with the city of Reims. I would speak about the University of Florence, Firenze in Italy, and the European Alliance Invest, especially the University of Thessaly in Greece, and cross-border universities such as University Libre de Bruxelles. I would like to thank the Office of International Affairs of the university, and especially Philippine, which is somewhere in this audience. Thank you, Philippine. And also the organization of the Reims community who supported this meeting, being perfectly conscient of the importance of these topics in our next future. Before closing my introduction, I would like to thank all the staffs of the university, especially the group around Hélène Lacroix, which make, as usual, maybe you don't know, but most of the time they do so nice work and with so much investment, and also the colleagues from the numeric services, which are somewhere in the shadow over there, and who organize everything so that you can hear me and you can hear everybody and see them on different visio. So I hope you will enjoy this symposium and value the importance of creating synergy between scientific disciplines, in order to provide answers to societal challenges to fight against climate change in the next future. We are really focused on this topic, and we are so happy to have you today for these 2 days in Reims. Thank you.